Here we are, another edition of MTA Queensland's weekly newsletter. Before I introduce our guest, I want to pass my respects to the family of Laurie Ferguson, a life member of MTA Queensland, who sadly passed away in the last week. Fair Deal Fergie, as he's famous for, is a very, very well recognised contributor to our industry and the used car industry, so our absolute best wishes go to his family. On a brighter note, I'd like to introduce the new chair of MTA Queensland's Institute, the MTAI, Peter Costantini. Hello, Peter.
Hi, Rod. Thank you.
We're very excited to have Peter, someone who's very well credentialed in not only vocational education and training and policy, but also in government relations. But Peter, what was it that helped us attract you to the chair's role? Tell our membership.
And I've got to say that I'm privileged to been invited to participate in the training as the chair was the chair, and I'm really looking forward to being able to contribute to this very important sector. And when you think about this sector, I know that a lot of people and policymakers take it for granted, but they should. It's worth, $32 billion a year, 380,000 jobs, and some 72,000 businesses directly involved in the sector. So
it's a massive industry.
It's a huge industry and a very important one. But for me, more importantly, I think the industry impacts on the lives of virtually every Australian every day. And we have something like 22 million vehicles in the national fleet registered across the country. I think you've got 100,000 qualified motor mechanics and technicians keeping that fleet running safely and efficiently. And to me, my passion has always been about training the next generation for our industries. And one of the big challenges for the loader industry, I think we're training around about 3,500 apprentices a year nationally. That's just not enough to replace the retirement rate of our existing people, our tradespeople, let alone fill the skill shortages that many of your members are facing
every day. Yeah.
So it's one of the reasons why the MTAI is so important. It is actually a body owned by industry. It delivers its services for the industry, and I think it's best placed to be able to create real change in terms of generating the interest out there to bring more young people, more people who want to transition in their careers into the trade and into the sector, Rod. So, I've had a background in many industry associations over years, consulting.
Indeed, yeah.
Including in my areas where I'm very, very pleased to be here.
We're very looking forward to working with him. You can see already just the deep thinking that Peter has for this industry. And if you look at apprenticeships, they're very much a proxy for the state of our industry. Whilst apprenticeships across Queensland are up by about 14% year on year, automotive, unfortunately, is not. We're down almost 3% year on year. So whilst there are acute skill shortages, it means our members are finding it harder to find people. And of course, we're in competition with other industries that are getting very high incentives from government, which is not what our industry is. So certainly through Peter, we'll be trying to influence government around making those decisions to address that. So Peter, welcome. Look forward to working with you. We've got a board meeting today, in fact, so we'll get straight into it and keep trying to train the 3,000 odd students that we have on our books every year. I'll see you next week.
Thank you.